Before we get to the social lives of humans, we'll start with another creature known for sophisticated rituals, complex societies, and brains. Bees.
There's so much to learn, and it's just, quote unquote, just an insect. Though I think they almost have 1 million neurons in their brains.
Tim Longroff is a roboticist at the Free University of Berlin. A few years ago, he began using robots to better understand this thing bees do called the waggle dance.
It basically looks like the bees shaking from side to side and then turning left and doing that waggle again and turn right. So it kind of looks like a shape of a figure 8.
It's not just a dance, it's a way to communicate with other bees where the food is.
It's not just, hey, I found food. It's, hey, I found food. It's really good. You gotta go that direction and you gotta fly that far and then you'll find something there.
So he got to work, designing a bee robot that would replicate the waggle dance. But it turns out bees won't listen to just any old robot. In fact, they had a very different reaction.
All the things that we tried putting in the first time was kind of attacked. They try to drag it out. They bite it, and by biting it, they have pheromone that marks those bites, and then it starts that everybody's coming in, bites and nags and drags it away.
This work took years. Tim remembers the first time the experiment finally seemed to work.
We saw bees actually running after the dancing robot. And they do that in a very specific kind of pattern. And I remember I was freezing. I was like, I don't know what to do. Should I continue here?
The thing is, sometimes the bees responded to the dance in the way the researchers wanted. Sometimes they didn't.
And why that is it because the robot dance was not nice enough or not good enough?
Our desire to use robots to understand bees says a lot about us. Humans are curious and sometimes meddlesome. But researchers are also designing robots to help improve how we interact with each other.
Robots offer a unique kind of stimulus. They're odd in that they, in many ways, seem lifelike, but they're not really alive.
Brian Scassalotti is a professor of computer science and mechanical engineering at Yale University. He builds robots too, not because he's interested in technology, but because he's interested in understanding people.
I'm so happy to finally meet you. I am so excited about being friends.
In a study from 2018, Brian brought a robot into the homes of kids with autism spectrum disorder. The robot worked with the child for 30 minutes every day. Its job was to interact with the kids and their caregivers through games and storytelling.
Let's pick up from where we left last time. Move each item into its proper box.
All the children who worked with a robot showed gains in their social behavior, like they got better at eye contact or initiating communication.
So why do children with autism spectrum disorder respond in this way to robots? I thought I had the answer to that 8 times now over the last 2 decades. We've tested 7 of these ideas and they were absolutely false.
His guess is that robots don't trigger complex social behavior.
When the robot does something, for example, like turn and look at you and make eye contact, you respond very naturally to it. It triggers that social response in you. But it's not so socially complex that you feel embarrassed by what the robot thinks or feel that the robot is judging you in some way.
For many of the kids, the robots gave them opportunities to do what they might not be willing to do with another person.
That experimental sort of attitude allows them to train that social behavior and then transfer it to interactions with people.
And that relates back to his mission, to use robots not to change the physical world, but to help people, like a good coach or therapist might.
I think we'll make lots of great memories together over the next 4 weeks. Each day I will have some games to play. I'm really excited to play. Which game would you like to play first today?
Now, if only the bee robot and this robot could teach each other social skills, or how to waggle dance. For Philosophy Talk, I'm Holly McDeed.